Hey guys, welcome to the vlog for build day 11, and yes, I am downstairs. I haven't made it outside yet. Just going on 10 o'clock, and Breakfast Club, we're going to get you Breakfast Club right now before I forget it. We're going to do peanut butter and jelly, bear claws, and regular bear claws, and milk for breakfast. So there's your Breakfast Club. Need something different for breakfast. Reason why I'm starting the vlog downstairs is because I wanted to talk about cell phones. I told you a vlog or two back about the problem and I just got vlog bombed. But anyway, I told you about the problem I had with my phone. Well, I got almost all my numbers back. I got real lucky. That's my old phone. Crappy piece of shit Apple iPhone 4. God, I was so glad to get rid of that update to the Samsung. But I had most of my original numbers I had on my phone on this phone, minus a couple. So I was able to get the phone numbers from here onto my new phone. I got a couple of new ones. See, who was it? Oh, Jim Erickson, I got your number back, and Triv27. Todd, glad to have your number too. They're on the new phone, and to back it up in case I have that problem again, I put them on my old phone. So I'm using this as my little black book for emergency use. Can't make calls on it, but at least I have all the phone numbers. That way if I screw up that phone again, I have a backup. So wanted to kind of show you that. We're gonna head outside. I gotta get the blow-ups plugged in, and we gotta get the truck moved, and we're gonna get to building and hopefully stay dry. We're supposed to be sunny and 73 today. It's kind of cloudy out there. I don't know how warm it is, but we're gonna find out. Stay tuned. Okay, we made it outside. I'm deep in the maze. Just got done plugging the blow-ups up. Projects for today. This fence in the blacklight room is one of them. I've decided I'm going to move that post down a bit and shift the whole fence down so I have the same amount of gap as I do down there. Or so I have the same amount of gap here and the same, I'm going to center the fence basically. That's one project for today. Another project for today, I've got to get the wood in here to finish the frame out for this pond, so that will be done. Also, lots of little projects today. And if I get those all done, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. And Mr. Kitty is blowing himself up out here. And we've got the city working, and they're looking at me weird. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the cat head. Here we go. See if that blows up correctly. Let's see, it looks like the city's having fun out here. Oh, irrigation work, hold on. City's out here doing their prep work to get the irrigation system turned off. You gotta drain the lines and what have you. I gotta get the truck moved, and that's gonna be my next step. But as you see, I park it like that during the night. People can still get into the hunt, but if they want to steal anything big, it makes it a little bit more harder. So I park it there. Besides, I don't like leaving it there overnight. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay, truck's moved. City's gone. They gave me the weirdest look. I had the camera going, was talking to you guys, and they both looked up like, what the hell's that idiot doing? Who's he talking to? But anyway, another small project I need to do today is this tent here. I need to get my blow-up spider on it. That's going to be fun with the tent up. It's easier to put that dang thing up with the tent down. Then me and the wife were also talking. We've got this hole here where people can actually see in and see the cemetery. I don't want them seeing the cemetery, really. So I need to figure out, I either need to make a small partition wall to go from here over to here, or I need to hang some sort of black plastic here. The other problem is I've got a fence panel that goes in here too. So I've got to figure out some way of blocking this off that looks halfway neat, you know, clean, and kind of goes with the theme. So I'm not sure exactly what to do with that. It's something I'm going to be kind of kibitzing with most of the day. I'm thinking I could put the fence panel up and then just put a partition wall here, but that's going to look kind of tacky too. Or I might not do a fence panel here at all and just do a wall panel over here. I'm not sure. I always like having the fence post over there, you know, or not fence post, but a fence panel there. But anyway, something I've got to think about. My mind's twitching on that. Last night we got in here and we got this taken care of. Oh, and something else I've got to do is I've got to bring my coffin door out. We've got to figure out where to put it. The coffin door is usually the entrance to the haunt. You know, people have to go through it in order to get in the haunt. And I got to figure out how I want to mount it. I'm thinking about mounting it right here. Problem is, I want the face of it, you know, when the door is closed on that side. And if I do that, when I open it, the door is going to block the entrance, I think. But anyway, I got to get it out here and play with it, which is going to be really interesting with that fence up and this fence up. Trying to navigate that huge coffin in here is going to be real fun. Down here, I'm going to temporarily, because I want to see what it looks like, put a panel from here to here up, and then another one from here to here up. I've also got an 8-foot panel I need to put in here to finish off the maze. This little section right here, about half hour's work, if that, and then officially the maze is done. Out in the shop, and I wanted to give you a little bit more haunty experience. A lot of you know that we make our own spices from fresh peppers. Well, our master grinder is out here doing her thing. She has spent all summer drying fresh peppers that we had left over from the farmer's market, and she's got various types. That there is all habanero peppers, all dried, and she's out here in the process using a food processor to grind them into powder, which she then bottles and we sell at the farmer's market. We will have them available at West Coast Hunters Convention this year for the 2016. We're going to have a booth down there. And the fresh peppers is one thing that we're going to be selling, or fresh dried peppers and stuff.
Actually, roasted, dried, and ground up.
Yeah, see, there you go. And if it sounds like she's crying, it's not, or it actually is, but she's getting confused. Yeah, she's plugged up from the peppers. So she's out here doing that today, working a little bit on that. And then in here in the shop, I had a question from Jim Erickson. He wanted to know what I used to line my ponds. And what I end up using, it's clear plastic. I get down at Home Depot. This is the same thing that Hellmouth uses, except his is black plastic for the roof of his haunt when he does his haunt. It's a 20-foot wide by 100-foot long roll, and it's 6 mil thickness. In other words, it's a real thick plastic, not the cheap stuff. You want the thick stuff because it resists getting punctured more. But I bought this last year, and I used about 1/4 of it in the haunt. And this one's supposed to be clear. It's more of a white coloring than it is really clear. And it works really good. I've tried using black, and it works. I kind of like the clearish white a little bit more because the liner will actually fluoresce a little bit with the water and stuff, so it helps. But Jim, there's your answer. It's a 20-foot by 100-foot roll and 6 mil. Make sure you get 6 mil for doing the ponds, and you guys will get some footage of me putting that in. I just might set the tripod up and give you some fast forward footage on that one, because it is a kind of hilarious process. But anyway, I'm going to grab my tools, get them outside, and then we're going to start going through and getting fence panels done. I want to get those done and up and all. Okay, I was going to do the fencing first, and I got to thinking I needed to get the arches in. And if I put the fencing up, I wouldn't be able to get the arches in, because I wouldn't be able to get the arches past the fence. So I went ahead and decided to bring the arches out. Arches, entrance, enter, and exit signs are up. Exit sign needs a little touch up. But we've got a problem here. Is my coffin door. That coffin door has been with us all 11 years of the haunt. I actually made this the 2 years prior to opening up as a haunt. We made it for a party. My daughter's guests had to go through it. We've had close to 15,000 people have walked through that thing to enter the haunt. You know, it's kind of a mainstay. It's one of those props that you have every year. This year, however, I did not plan for it. So I am having problems. I have no idea where the hell to put it. I was thinking about putting it here in the exit. Problem is there's no room for the door, and with it being curb, driveway, and garden, there's enough tripping hazards there already, so I don't want to put it there and have it become a really, really bad tripping hazard. There's no room, the entrance opening both from there to there is too wide, and where I have it sitting now is too wide. And when I open the door sticks clear out here. So it's not going to work there. I could turn it around, but then people can't get in the haunt because when the door's open, it hits the fence. And I can't shorten that display up. So I'm going to have to try to get this back in to where I had it. I'm going to take a look at a couple other spots, see if I can figure out someplace else to put it. Well, it's a sad panda moment. Coffin door is back on the driveway. And man, was it a bitch getting out there and then back here. We tried out front. I gave you that clip. It didn't work. We tried it in here, and the thing is just too big for this narrow passageway. And like hell, there is one or two spots in the haunt that I could use it. It would fit perfectly, actually. But like hell, if I'm going to try to drag that thing through the maze, that is just not an option. Not as tight as some of those corners are in there. I'd rip things to hell. So for the first time in 12 years, yeah, we've done the haunt 10 years now. This is our 11th, and we did 2 parties for my daughter prior to opening the haunt. That was the very first prop I ever made, and it's gonna seem weird not having it out. The maze is now 100% finished, minus 2 alterations. My last part of the maze was this here, and we'll get you around over here on this side. Yeah, I know. Windy. Okay, they're gonna come through there, hit here, and they're gonna hit this fence panel here. I'm gonna get me a 2x2 added onto this, so I'll push the fence over, and then this will be zip tied to that fence, so they won't be able to get past it. It's gonna force them to go this way. And then once they get to this point, this fence is going to be zip tied to the pole, and then this end here will be attached to the 2x2 there. So it won't be able to be moved. I also, since we don't open until the 28th and it's still the beginning of the month, we have garbage cans we have to bring out once a week and everything. We're going to have groceries to bring in. We don't have to run the maze. So these 2 fence panels for the time being have to be left loose, and we're just going to set them in the back, and then we'll put them in the day we open. The one thing I can do now though is cut my 2x2 here to go over there, and I'll just have my 2x2 there, and I can permanently mount that, and then we'll just leave the fence panels in the back. But that's my next I gotta get that 2x2 cut and installed, which is real quick. And then was talking. Whoa, I went the wrong way. I didn't want to go to the front door. See, I keep getting myself twisted around too, and I'm the one that made the damn maze. Let's see here. I also need. I had a piece of strapping there going from here over to here to hold that wall into place. We ran into a problem. The peak for the mausoleum had to go there and wouldn't fit right sitting on top of the brace. So I've got to re-brace this somehow so it doesn't move. And that's an easy enough fix. But the other project I had was that gap. And the wife and I were talking about it. What I'm going to do is I've got enough 2x2s now. I'm going to do a custom wall panel just to fit that gap, and then we're going to cover it in black plastic, and then I'll put it in there and mount it in there, and that will keep people from being able to look in and see the display. So I've got that project to do too sometime today. And I think I mentioned that earlier. It might end up being my next project. I don't know. Haven't decided that yet. Okie dokie. Lunch break. I wanted to show you guys that. We got that up and running. That leaves the coach, which we've already tested. Now I'll go clear in the back. And I'll show you that one when we get closer to opening. But anyway, we got the spider up, and we've got 3 cats. That's all the blow-ups that go out here, and slowly decorating the front. I showed you the exit and inner arches and signs. We got our gate for the exit up, and that just slides off. This piece here will go in front of the entrance. When I close up tonight, we leave this open for mailman deliveries, you know, that sort of thing. And I took that down, that panel down, because it goes right here. When I went to do the arches and then tried the coffin, and it's going to stay down until we get that display set up. The coach will go right in here, by the way, which is where it normally is. It helps block the pathway. That way people, even with the fence up, they don't think they can climb over the fence and keep going. But anyway, it's lunchtime. I'm going to go get something to eat. Well, we're back from lunch, and we've been busy out here. I got the wall up over there, and that was a quick, easy one to do. I just did another partition wall, custom size, and then stretched black plastic over both sides of it to hide it. And then before lunch, we got that guy up and running. So you look at the whole front of the haunt as it is so far instead of close-ups. Here we go. That's what the front of the haunt looks like currently. We've still got more to do. Always have more to do. But I got the spider done. We got that black wall done. And then in here in the sewer room, yeah, I was playing in the sewers again. Float your log over so I can float on by. We got the ponds all framed. I got that last piece in, and we moved that fence over a little bit, and for some reason that looks better to me. I don't know why, but that looks better to me. So got all my little projects done. The only other project I have to do is paint. The frame needs to be painted on the ponds. I've got touch-ups on the mini pillars. I've got touch-ups other places, and that's almost a full day project. But the wife is chomping at the bit. She wants to start decorating, and 95% of the touch-ups can be done after we get the decorations out. Her thing is she's got a cobweb, and that takes a lot of time, and she can't cobweb until she knows where a lot of the props are going to be at. So that's going to be on the docket for tomorrow. Right now, I've got my Halloween storage shed in the back. It needs to be cleaned out. The patio needs to be cleaned out. My shop needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to switch over and get those things done so I can navigate without killing myself. Well, I just got done tweeting a little of this, a little of that. Storage shed and patio, empty. Haunt, messy. It's getting there. Went through the storage shed, got it repacked. The only Halloween type thing left in there is the mini pillars. Those little things there. I made up 24 of those, and so far since I've made them, I haven't even come close to using them all. So I have a bunch of those in the shed, but other than that, it's empty. The patio, the exit enter signs were there, and then I brought these out. These are from my produce stand. We had a couple of American flags flying off of these. You know, pipe went out there that held the no comments from the peanut gallery, held the flags. When we were down at Camp Cornucopia, if you remember right from one of my summer vlogs, we picked up some pirate flags. Well, I'm going to be hanging one from that one and one from that one, and they'll go up tomorrow. It's getting to be too late in the day to hang them up now. But those were on the patio. Then we had all this stuff on the patio. Oh, hey, if you're a YouTuber, look up Erie Acres Cemetery. It's an actual home haunt. One hell of a nice display. Go check them out. Erie Acres Cemetery on YouTube. So we got that, and then I brought out Elder Watson, put him there. I'm thinking we're just going to stand a skeleton up behind him, you know, with the hands on the plaque. Might put a wig or something on, I don't know. And then we brought out the coffin that goes with that too, and I'm not sure what we're going to put into there yet. But we've got that done. Next chore is my shop. The only thing Halloweeny I had left in the shop were the arches, and those came out this morning. So, flies. Try to crawl in my ear. But, so I don't have anything Halloweeny in the shop. The shop is a freaking total disaster. I'm tripping over things. I'm having trouble finding things. So I'm going to take a hour or so and go through the shop and get it cleaned up so I can start getting it messy again. Well, we started in the house this morning and we're going to end it out in the shop. Got the shop cleaned up. It don't look like it. Some of the tables are still a disaster area, but they got to stay that way till I get stuff installed in the haunt. All in all, I ended up with a full garbage can. That brown can there, I was totally full by the time I got done cleaning up in here. It needed it. It feels good to be able to walk around the floor and not trip over things. But everything, for the most part, the major stuff's gotten put away and what have you. It is going on about 20 after 8. It is way too dark out there to start the next thing. So we are going to start it tomorrow. I was going to do a paint day. I think I mentioned earlier. My wife is chomping at the bit. She wants to start getting the decorations out, getting things set up. And I don't blame her on that one. We do need to get that going, and I can actually do the painting down the line, before I start doing electrical and stuff. But we do need to get the props out and start getting the displays set up, because that does take some work. And she's got cobwebbing to do, and she can't do any cobwebbing in the spider area at all until I get the major props in. Then she can go in and do some of the cobwebbing, which will help her. And I think that's what she's worried about, because it does take her so long to cobweb. She'll spend a good week and a half out there pulling cobwebs. So, tomorrow, starting tomorrow officially, now that the maze is 100% complete, we are going to start populating the displays. In other words, we are going to start dragging out all the decorations, all the animatronics, everything. We're going to start in the basement tomorrow. At least that's what I'm thinking now. And I'm going to go through and pull out all the props and everything that I have stored downstairs in the basement, with the exception of the electrical stuff and airs. We've got some solenoids and, pneumatic stuff, you know, stored in tubs and bins and stuff. That stuff will stay down there until I'm ready to work on those areas. But all the other props and everything, we're going to bring out, and we're going to put each one in their display. Just set them in there. Then we've got to get up in the attic and start unloading the attic. And we're going to do the same thing with that stuff. We're going to leave everything in their boxes, in their tubs, and we're just going to take it out and put it in their displays. Then we'll go through display by display, unpacking everything, putting everything up, what have you. And that's what we're going to be working on the next week, 2 weeks until we open. So it's time, folks. It's time to make that maze look like more than just a maze. And that's what we're going to be working on tomorrow. I've got one other project tonight, and I'm not going to discuss it. It's a quickie project, and you will see the results of the project first thing tomorrow morning when I go out to move my truck. So other than that, I'm going to say goodnight to y'all. Stay spooky and stay toxic on day 11.